Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. My day is going fantastic. So far, the morning's coming in. I feel amazing. I'm breathing. Today, guys, we are going to be learning beginner to pro with Chatgpt in one video with Chef Sue. So I got the YouTube video up. I got my OneNotes up. We're going to be learning together, and it's going to be interesting. If you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to subscribe if you guys are new, and let's hop right into it.
There are 3 steps along the journey
Let's do
of
it.
using AI tools like ChatGPT and Google Bard, starting with first, writing good prompts, second, building a habit of applying those prompts in relevant situations, and third, developing a learning plan that future-proofs us in this AI-driven era. So, if that sounds interesting to you, let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel.
Let's get
If you're new here,
started.
my name is Jeff. I work full-time in tech, but I've zero experience in coding and programming. That means my best bet in not getting left behind is to first get good at using tools like ChatGPT, and second, more importantly, create a system that supports continuous learning as AI technology evolves.
AI, generative AI, generative AI, generative AI, AI as AI.
And so we start off our prompting careers at the beginner level. This is basically where you
That's
regularly
me.
browse ChatGPT content and know how useful the tool is. From writing concise emails to crafting comprehensive marketing strategies, and you probably even saved a few prompts for future reference. The problem here is we're not exactly sure why some prompts give us precisely what we're looking for, while other outputs are super generic and unusable. Put another way, we're not able to consistently replicate the good prompts for our own use cases. So to progress to the next level, we need to first understand there are 6 components that make up a strong prompt.
Which we actually learned in the last video. We learned that there's task, there's context, there's exemplars, there's persona, tone, and format. So there's 6 different components from what he says. So we have tasks. So we have 6 different components that make up a prompt in ChatGPT.
Task, context, exemplars, persona, format, and tone. Second, there is an order of importance to these 6 building blocks. It's mandatory to include a task in your prompt. It's important to give context and exemplars, and it's nice to have persona, format, and tone. Third,
So
exemplars, and it's nice to have persona.
it says it's mandatory. So for task, it's mandatory. Mandatory. Context, it's important. Or what do you say?
Format and tone. Third, exemplar in your prompt. It's important to give context
It's important to give context and examples. Number 2. And persona, tone, and format are nice to have. Nice to have. And nice to have. Number 3. Number 2. Boom. So nice to have. So for task, it's mandatory. Context, it's important. Examples, it's important too. Persona, tone, and format are nice to haves. Which is very true. I've been testing around with the prompting, engineering, and whatnot, and it really does help you out a lot to give context, to give examples, to give persona, you know, because like I said in the last video, the LLM is basically like you. It's your brain. It's how you operate as a human. Think of it as it's just another version of you. You have to program it and tell it what to do and how to think and how to say certain things, and it helps out a lot for the language learning model in a whole.
and exemplars, and it's nice to have persona, format, and tone. Third, know that you don't need all 6 components to get a good result. As you become more experienced with prompting, you'll know just how much context to give and identify instances where exemplars and format are unnecessary. I have an entire video that goes over the 6 format are
So it's very true. So For certain things, like if you're just asking it a basic question, or if you just want to understand something simply and quickly, you really don't need to add, a format, or you don't need to add a tone or persona, but you are giving, because you're giving it that mandatory task already. So you're already good, you're already in the clear. But as a beginner, which is me, which is probably you, we're learning, and we're going to get there. We're going to become experts. We're going to become masters, wielding the master title. So we're going to copy this. Boom. Paste this into here. As a beginner, know all 6 components. Understand the order of importance. You don't always need to use all 6 components.
Unnecessary. I have an entire video that goes over the 6 components with specific examples. I'll link it down below. But an exercise you can do immediately is whenever you come across a prompt, see if you can break it down into these 6 components.
Which I'm pretty sure I did in the last video, but apparently I wasn't doing it correctly, so whatever.
If you Google best ChatGPT prompts for work and click into one of these search results, you might come across a prompt like this. Explain topic in simple terms. That's the task. Explain to me as if I'm a beginner. That's the context. I know instinctively this is a terrible prompt, because if you just add, you are a tenured college professor in the field of economics as a persona, add a bit more context as if I'm a college freshman, and use the tone, use 8th grade English, the prompt will now give a much better output. While I am disappointed in Forbes and their clickbaity titles, unlike my videos, hopefully you can see how just knowing what the 6 components are can help you become a better prompter, which by the way is apparently a real word.
Wow.
Also, this video is not sponsored, but it is supported by those of you who subscribe to my paid community. In addition to weekly productivity tips, you get access to my AMA Ask Me Anything sessions. I'll link more information down below. Now that we've leveled up from beginner to intermediate, we need to start building a habit of applying prompts to our everyday tasks so we can get freshmen.
So let's do that.
I know instinctively.
Let's look at some prompts, some basic prompts, and let's identify what the task, what the context, examples, persona, all of that. Let's identify what they are. So we have one on Reddit here. What are some of your favorite ChatGPT prompts that are useful? I'll share mine. My favorite probably has to be, can you tell me the main point of this paragraph? In only a couple of sentences. So can you tell me, so this would be the task here. The main point of this paragraph is in only a couple of sentences. So he's giving it a task. So he's telling the LLM, can you tell me what this main point of this paragraph is in only a couple sentences? And we have this guy here who actually went really deep with it. He's giving the LLM a persona. Your goal is to help me craft the best possible prompt for my needs. The prompt will be used by you, ChatGPT. So he's giving context here. You will follow the following process. Number 1, then he's giving it examples. So your first response will be to ask what the prompt is. I will provide my answer, but we will need to improve it through continual iterations by going through the next steps. So he has the persona here, is giving it a task. So your goal is to help me craft the best possible prompts. Your first response will be, and then he's giving examples here, 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm sure it came out. So self-improved result. Welcome to the prompt engineering course. Your goal as a prompt engineer is to help me craft the best possible prompt. So he's telling, so that's really smart. So this guy here, Sala, he's telling the LLM, yo, you're going to be a prompt engineer for myself. Kind of lazy, but okay, it works. But your goal as a prompt engineer is to help me craft. So that's cool. So here is, so your goal is the task right here. The best possible prompt that aligns with my needs. This prompt will be used by ChatGPT. Here's how the process will work. And then he's giving the examples here. Let's start by clarifying the topic or subject. And he's giving context. Let's start by clarifying the topic or subject of the prompt. Please provide your answer. We will proceed with the iterative process to refine and enhance it until we achieve the best possible outcome. That's pretty cool. Boom. Write Sonic. 250 plus prompts. So start with action words. Okay, so this is the same thing. Add context. Be clear and specific. So I'm sure a lot of people just scroll through this and they just try and find something. Oh, like here. I'm launching a new. So he's giving context here. I'm launching a new product type. Create, and then here is the task. Create a comprehensive content marketing strategy for the next 3 months, including blog, and then this is format, including blog topics, social media posts, and email campaign ideas. So that was pretty good. That's a good one. I like this website better. So analyze, so this is the task. Analyze these computer demographics, insert data. What are 5 unique value propositions we could use to target this audience for our product service? So analyze these customer demographics, insert data. What are 5 unique? And then he's giving it the question. So this could also be format and a task along with the question as well. So what are 5 unique value propositions we could use to target this audience? That's what I've realized with this. It's kind of like math a little bit. You kind of have to like really depict, the wordings a bit. You have to, look through each word, because like I said, it's like your brain. So like whatever you feed it, the outcome is going to be just that, so you have to really look at your words, and you have to understand what you're saying, how you're saying it, because even tone, you could say, hey, for example, tell me everything I should be doing to impress my boss. Boom. Congrats on the new job, Jacob. Since you want to impress your boss early on, so I said, hey, I just got a new job. Tell me everything I should be doing to impress my boss. So congrats on the new job, Jacob. So the LLM, it reads that tone and it outputs with a congrats on the new job, Jacob. So it gives you that uplifting, it simulates that uplifting tone back to you. So that's why it's important to know how you're saying it, what you're saying, how you want it to be formatted, and then also as well the persona that you're going to be giving it.
This is a terrible prompt, because if you just add you are a tenured college professor in the field of economics as a persona, add a bit more context as if I'm a college freshman, and use the tone use 8th grade English, the prompt will now give college professor in the field of economics as a persona, add a bit more context as if I'm a college freshman, and use the tone use 8th grade English, the prompt will now give a much better output. While I am disappointed in Forbes,
which is very true,
and use the tone use 8th grade English,
because when you're giving it a role, so when you're telling it, okay, I want you to act as a college professor in the field of economics, so it's like, yo, all right, boom, I'm a college professor, boom, I have, I understand the field of economics, boom. So it automatically, it's simulating itself to be a college professor in the field of economics. So what it's going to be searching for online is entirely going to be economics. So you're narrowing down its capabilities to, the field of economics as a college professor. So explain economics in simple terms. Explain to me as if I am a college freshman. Use 8th grade English. So the tone of it will be coming out as 8th grade English. So it's more understandable.
The prompt will now give a much.
I'm actually going to write that down. So you are a tenured college professor in the field of economics. Explain economics in simple terms. Explain me as if I'm a college freshman. Boom. Use 8th grade English. Boom. So we have English. Boom. You are a tenured college professor in the field of economics. Explain economics in simple terms.
Better output. While I am disappointed in Forbes and their clickbaity titles, unlike my videos, hopefully you can see how just knowing what the 6 components are can help you become a better prompter, which by the way is apparently a real word.
Wow.
Also, this video is not sponsored, but it is supported by those of you who subscribe to my paid community. In addition to weekly productivity tips, you get access to my AMA Ask Me Anything sessions. I'll link more information down below. Now that we've leveled up from beginner to intermediate, we need to start building a habit of applying prompts to our everyday tasks so we can get real value from this skill. The trick here is to first identify a task in your life that's repetitive and something you must do. And second, create and refine a prompt to help with that task. Just like how the best way to learn how to code is to build an actual project. Starting off with a simple personal example, I'm a 70 kg male looking to maintain muscle mass. I can go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week and ideally for 15-minute workout sessions. Context. Please give me a training plan based on the popular PPL, push, pull, leg workout routine, task, and exemplar. Output in a table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. Format. Looking at this output, most gym bros 15-minute to create and refine from beginner.
So we have number 1 here.
We need to start building a habit of applying. Here is to first identify a task in your life.
So identify a task that we must do in our life. So I'm going to copy this here. Then I'm going to paste it here. Boom, just like that. Boom.
If that's repetitive and something you must do. And second, create and refine a prompt to help with that task. And second,
and we're going to new it, create and refine prompt for that task. We're going to copy this. I'm going to paste this here. Boom.
Create and refine a prompt to help with that task. Just like how the best way to learn how to code is to build an actual project. Starting off with a simple personal example, I'm a 70 kg male looking to maintain muscle mass. I can go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week and ideally for 15-minute workout sessions. Context. Please give me a training plan based on the popular PPL, push, pull, leg workout routine, task, and exemplar. Output in a table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. Format.
Okay, so I see what he's doing here. So
The table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet.
So he's saying here, so I'm a 70 kg male looking to maintain muscle mass. I go to the gym 5 to 6 days per week and ideally for 50-minute workout sessions. So he's giving context here, you know, and then he's giving the task here. Please give me a training plan based on the popular PPL, push, pull, leg workout routine, which is exemplars. Or examples. I hate saying exemplars, but examples. So based on the popular PPL, push, pull, leg workout routine, output in a table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. Then he's giving the format. So output in a table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. Super cool.
Format. Looking at this output routine, task, and exemplar. Output in a table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. Format.
So I'm going to write this one down as an example. Boom. So I'm a 70 kg male looking to maintain muscle mass. So this is the context here. Workout sessions. So we're going to, in the beginning of each one, we're going to put context. Please give me, and then we're going to put task. Please give me a training plan based on the popular PPL, output in a table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. Then we're going to put format. I forgot to put examples. Boom. Format based on examples based on the popular PPL workout routine, output in a table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. Boom.
Looking at this output, most gym bros would agree these exercises look fine. But there's a big problem. A push day should only include push exercises in a single day, meaning these exercises should not be spread out across the week. So we wrote a prompt, we identified an issue with that prompt, so now it's time to refine it. To do this, I'll add another exemplar to the original prompt. For example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders.
So you could say this, for example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders, and triceps. So it outputs it correctly,
and triceps.
which
And
it'll
now
output
this
correctly.
completely usable output, push
So this is for push day,
day, pull day, leg day.
pull day, leg day, you know, or you could say, for example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders, and triceps for one day out of the week. You know, you can get a little bit more specific with it. I guess this gives it the right, you know, the prompt, you know, the right outcome for what you want. But I don't know. For example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders, and triceps.
And now this completely usable output, push day, pull day, leg day, just saved you the trouble of having to Google PPL routines, figuring out which exercises to do, and formatting a spreadsheet. Pro tip, you can take this a step routine, push day, pull day, output in a table format so I can easily
But we'll also add it in here.
paste it within a spreadsheet format. Looking at this day, meaning these exercises should not be spread out across the week. So we wrote a prompt, we identified an issue with that prompt, so now it's time to refine it. To do this, I'll add another exemplar to the original prompt. For example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at...
So we have workout routine. Let's do, for example, push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders, and triceps. Includes, boom. So we have the task, please give me a training plan, examples based on the popular PPL push pull leg workout routine. For example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders, and triceps. Format output in a table format. So we're saying, for example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises. Okay, so I see what he did here. So, for example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders, and triceps. So he's specifically saying a push day includes, so a push day, so that's what the LLM sees, and it outputs it. Okay, so a push day specifically, so one push day. Okay, I see. So I'm going to include 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps. And then the format output in a table. Okay, cool. So I'm going to output it so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. So that's cool. So let's copy and let's paste this in a new chat here. Boom. So I'm going to remove all of these. Boom. I'm a 70 kg male looking to maintain muscle mass. I can go to the gym 5 to 6 days per week and ideally for 15-minute workout sessions. Please give me a training plan based on the popular PPL workout routine. For example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders, and triceps. Output in a table format so I can easily paste it within a spreadsheet. Boom, just like that. So it's a good prompt, not gonna lie. Just because now I see it. For example, a push day includes, you know, so he's specifically saying a push day. So now it's analyzing. Yo, this is dope. That's really cool. That's awesome. So let's see. So we got it. We got day, we got push, we have exercise, barbell, bench press, 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps, push, overhead shoulder press, dumbbell or barbell, 3 sets, 8 to 10. We have push, incline dumbbell press, 3 sets of 8 to 10. And we have push, lateral raises, 3 sets, 12 to 15. Then we have the pull. Then we have legs. So I've noticed that, okay, so now because it's updated, you know, so they've changed a lot. You're not getting the same output that you normally would, you know, like you saw in this video, which was a year ago, which is crazy. So we're going to edit this. Edit. For example, a push day includes 5 to 6 exercises aimed at the chest, shoulders, and triceps. I'll put in a table format. Want each exercise different from each other. There we go. Boom. So we have day 1, we have push, chest, shoulders, triceps. We have day 2, pull, back, triceps, which gives us the exercise as well. Legs, quads, hamstrings, glutes. But it's not giving us, I'll put in a table format. It is giving us a table format, which is good, you know. So I guess for myself, you know, this would be perfect. You know, it's still outputting in a table format. 60 seconds for accessories, 120 seconds for compounds, legs variation, pull variation, push variation, leg squats, hamstrings, Bulgarian split squats. Really good exercise.
At the chest, shoulders, and triceps. And now this completely usable output, push day, pull day, leg day, just saved you the trouble of having to Google PPL routines, figuring out which exercises to do, and formatting a spreadsheet. Pro tip, you can take this a step further by following up with, I don't have a dip machine, please suggest alternatives. And this allows you to easily replace the dip exercise, for example, with one of these options. Moving on to a work-related example. Acts as a senior marketing manager with over 20 years of experience. Persona. You just wrapped up a 3-month-long email campaign aimed at acquiring new leads for Netflix's advertising platform. The campaign acquired 2,300 leads, which is only 80% of the target. Context. Write a short snippet summarizing this achievement, keep it within 200 words, and write in a professional tone. Task, format, and tone.
Oh, I see what he did here. That's cool. So write a short. So he's really looking at format here. So he's really looking at the words, which is something I have to adopt now, you know, but write a short snippet summarizing this achievement, keep it within 200 words, and write in a professional tone. It's really important. I'm telling you, it's really important what you're telling the LLM. Otherwise, the outcome is going to come out not how you want it to come out. So we're going to take a picture of this here. Boom. 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 So you have persona, act as a senior marketing manager with over 20 years of experience. Context, you just wrapped up a 3-month-long campaign aimed at acquiring new leads for Netflix's advertising platform. So context, write, boom, a short snippet, format. So format, let's look up what format is. Let's see what format comes up. What is format? The way in which something is arranged or set out, especially in computing, arrange or put into a format, you know. So what are some examples of format? So we have PDF, we have docs, we have text, And this you can have the LLM output this into a PDF, into a docs, into a text. Really cool. Really, really cool. We have JPEG, so these are different formats. We also have formatting options within a document, which is, what he's talking about. So a table, academic formatting styles, MLA, APA, Chicago. We have bulleted or numbered list. We have page formatting, headers, footers, page numbers, margins, which in the last video was, what was it, H1, H2, H3, H4, paragraph formatting. So it's really like math. It's like math and like Sudoku. Like you have to, it's the mix between two. You have to use math, and it's weird, man. But write a short snippet, so format summarizing this achievement, keep it within 200 words. So this would be another task, summarizing this achievement, keep it within 200 words, and write in a professional tone. I was learning a little bit about tone as well. So I said here, you are a professional AI engineer with over 30 years of experience. I want to learn more about tone so I can become better at AI prompting. Explain tone in simple terms. Use 8th grade English. Doesn't that sound familiar? So what is tone? Tone is a feeling or attitude your words give. It's how your message sounds to someone reading it or hearing it, even if you're typing. So why does tone matter in AI prompting? When you give a prompt to an AI, the tone you use affects the style of response. If your tone is friendly, the AI will respond warmly. If your tone is formal, the AI will respond more seriously. If your tone is excited, the AI might use more energetic words. So formal tone, please summarize this document in a clear and concise manner. So professional, serious. Friendly tone, warm, approachable. Hey, exclamation point. Can you give me a quick, easy summary of this? Question mark. Confident tone. Summarize this text in a way that highlights the key points with no room for doubt. So strong, certain. Excited tone. Wow. Can you give me an awesome summary of this text? Energetic, enthusiastic. So it's how you respond. It's how you're telling the LLM. For most people, when you're writing in the LLM, when you're, just everyday tasks, most people are just going to write how it is, and it's going to reflect based on how you type. So whether you're, talking about it in a therapeutic sense, or if you're talking to it in a serious manner, or you need information, it'll reflect on based off of how you type and what information you give the LLM. It's really cool. It's super fascinating. So in short, tone is a personality of your words. In AI prompting, you choose the personality you want and the AI will follow. Tone cheat sheet for AI prompts. Friendly tone, make the reader feel comfortable and welcome. Hey, can you write me a short? So this is make the reader feel. So the goal is to make the reader feel comfortable and welcome. Hey, can you write me a short, easy to understand guide on this topic? Keep it casual and fun. So it'll, based off of this, it'll make me feel comfortable and welcome. So let's give a little example here. On, let's say, economics. Keep it casual and fun. Here's a short, simple, and guide to economics for you, me. Economics is a super chill guide. Think of economics as a story of how people use stuff. It's about money. So it's giving me so it's completely doing exactly what it said. So perfect for storytelling or persuasive writing. Write context type in a tone that makes the reader feel. Boom. So and then it's giving me prompts. So write a motivational post in a bold tone that makes the reader feel unstoppable. Write a letter in a gentle tone that makes the reader feel comforted. So it's giving me the tone plus emotion formula. Role-based tone formula. So tell the AI to become better in a certain personality or role. So prompt, act as a role, personality, and respond in a tone, word, tone. So here's our examples. Act as a coach and respond in a motivational tone. Act as a customer service rep and respond in a calm, reassuring tone. Really cool. Really, really cool.
Tone. So I don't like this output. It's too vague, too formal, like valuable insights will fuel further optimization. Like that's just corporate BS. And I definitely wouldn't use hashtags at work. So I would add this to the original prompt. Share 3 potential areas for improvement, since we did miss the target. Write in a confident tone and do not include hashtags. This is much better. Write in a confident tone and do not include hashtags.
So act as a senior marketing manager with over 20 years of experience. You just wrapped up a 3-month-long email campaign aimed at acquiring new leads for Netflix's advertising platform. The campaign acquired 2,300 leads, which is only 80% of the target. Write a short snippet summarizing this achievement. So here's the task, here's the format, summarizing this achievement, the rest of the task. Share 3 potential areas for improvement. So this is the example here. Share 3 potential areas for improvement. Keep it within 200 words. Write in a confident tone and do not include.
This is much better.
So he messed up on the editing because not changing the color tones, Jeff. Not changing the color. It's supposed to be color coordinated, Jeff. So share 3 potential areas for improvement. Write in a confident tone. This would be pink. And do not include hashtags. So finishing it off with the task here. So keep it within 200 words. So it's telling, this is also would be a format.
Tone and do not include hashtags. This is much better. While achieving 80% of a target is commendable, we can still improve, and this is how we improve. And although I still have to make edits to this draft, this one prompt will save me lots of time over the long run. In my experience, you'll know you succeeded at the intermediate level when you default to thinking, can Chatgpt help with that when faced with a new task? For example, I had to interview video editors recently, something I've never done before, but I immediately prompted Chatgpt to give me a list of questions to ask applicants to see if they're a good fit or not. All right, congrats on graduating to the advanced level. Our focus now shifts to continuous learning and minimizing the friction of using the prompts we create moving forward. Some of you might already have your own prompt database where you save prompts you come across, but there's a certain amount of friction to opening that database in Notion or wherever, opening up ChatGPT in your browser and copy pasting that prompt over. And so we apply a productivity concept from Tiago Forte. You want to organize information, or prompts in this case, by where you will use them, not by where you found them. For example, I save prompts that help me write better newsletter articles and generate better email titles within the Notion page template where I actually draft the blog post or newsletter, right? So I can use these right away. Similarly, if you need to write the same email every week, save a prompt template using the Gmail template function so you can bring up the prompt right before composing the email as opposed to having to look for the prompt somewhere else. And of course, it doesn't hurt to keep the ChatGPT tab pinned in your browser. So after watching this video and clicking that like button, identify locations within your workflow where you can store your prompts to minimize the number of clicks that gets you to that final output. When it comes to continuous learning, there are 2 things I find to make the most impact. First, I dedicate 2 hours every week to taking a free online course on prompt engineering. And second, I spend 5 minutes a day reading a free daily newsletter that curates the latest news on AI. At this point, I need to stress that staying consistent with one course and one newsletter matters way more than trying to find the best course or best newsletter. It's just like how trying to find the best productivity app usually makes you less productive. Pick one, Todoist, TickTick, or Apple Notes, and stick with it. That being said, I personally find learnprompting.org to be super user-friendly. You basically start with the basics and work your way down. And the great part is when you finish all the content, they have an active Discord community where you can ask questions and engage with other learners who are on the same journey as you are. Newsletter-wise, I'm subscribed to Superhuman, but it's getting more bloated with too much random news and advertising. I've heard good things about the Newer Frontier, The Rundown, Prompts Daily, and Big Brain. You can subscribe to all of these, pick one you like, and after a week, unsubscribe from the rest. To quickly summarize, the goal of the course is to help you learn and get better at prompt engineering, the skill. The goal of the newsletter is to keep you up to date with the latest developments in AI and give you inspiration on what to learn next. hence the continuous learning component. For example, I saw ChatGPT rolled out a new feature, custom instructions, from the newsletter. And this prompted me, pun intended, to do further research on how best to use it. I would love to hear your recommendations on courses and newsletters down in the comments. Check out this video on my favorite productivity tips for ChatGPT. See you on the next video. In the meantime, have a great one.
That's cool. Alrighty, so he's basically...
Congrats on graduating to the advanced level GPT in your browser and copy pasting that draft the blog post or newsletter, right? So I can use these.
So I use OneNote. That's my form of storing prompts. That's my form of, because it's just like a notebook. It's just a digital notebook. So it's really up to you as the viewer to really find out, you know, what's the best place for me to store prompts. So it's up to you as the viewer to find out, you know, what's your platform that you can store this information on, to save. But always remember to refine, to look at, you know, the text, you know, when you're putting this information into the LLM, because something might happen, something, you know, changes do occur, you know, where we have this other one, PPL workouts didn't come out the same exact way, you know, so updates are happening, you know, every single update. So always make sure when you're putting something in to the LLM, you're really looking at the wordings, and even when the outcome comes out, you're looking at the results. You know, it's very important, especially now, especially because ChatGPT 5 is coming out pretty soon, which is going to be awesome, and I'm waiting for it, you know. But always remember to do that, you know, because it's really is essential. It's really key to get the output that you want from your LLM, you know. But I'm going to end this video off here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like I said, if you guys did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. I appreciate your guys' time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.